Hey folks, Randy here with Dolan Cut and Trim. I'm here with
Zach from Use What You Got.
Yep, that's his name. And I had a video that posted a while ago. I'm not sure when this video is going to get posted, where I was comparing the Echo DPB 2500 brushless 56 volt battery powered blower from Echo to the Stihl BG50 gas powered blower from Stihl. And in that video, Zach made a joke about needing, what did you say? Doesn't matter. He said something, I actually do remember. He said, I don't need a fourth blower. I don't need a fourth blower. I don't need a fourth blower. Yeah, swinging a miss on that one, buddy. But anyway. And
you want to do it again?
No. I like the awkwardness, and I also can just... It's all right. And so I actually said to Zach, I was like, well, actually, I kind of want to do, I don't remember what I said, but something to the effect of, I would love to get your thoughts on this blower. And so here we are. So so this is the, like I said, the Echo DPB 2500 brushless battery powered blower. This is something you can get from Echo. You can order it online at Home Depot, or most Echo dealers will have access to these. And for $200, you get the blower, a 2.5 amp hour battery, and a charger. The 2.5 amp hour battery for homeowner use is more than enough for everybody, except for folks with, like, you know, if you have like a half acre, an acre of land, this might not be enough for you. How much land do you have, Zach?
1.04 acres.
All right, well, that's not going to work out for Zach at all, but we'll get his opinion on it anyway.
I'm the perfect person.
So I use this battery powered blower commercially, blowing off clippings, you know, after I mow lawns. And a 2.5 amp hour battery will get me through about 10 or 11 yards before I need to switch to another battery, just for the sake of reference. At this point, I've used this blower on right around 450 services, so I have quite a bit of experience with it. It blows at full throttle with the boost. It goes at about 450 CFM and 150 miles an hour. Not really clear on if that's with this on or not. The idea with this blower is that you would take the, for grass clippings, or if you wanted more of a, like, higher miles per hour, you would keep this, whatever this thing is, on. But then if you were going to do something where you needed a lot of CFM and you wanted to, like, something like with leaves, you would pop this off, and it gives you a bigger opening for blowing leaves. So I was thinking we could get Zach to try this sucker out and see what he thinks of it. Zach has, I believe, an electric blower. And
yeah, so I have 3 electric blowers. One is battery powered, and then the other 2 are cable electric.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what they're called. They're wired.
Corded.
Yeah, corded. So one of them is just an old Black & Decker. I think it was just, you know, a generic. You can buy it anywhere. And then the one I recently invested in, which I made a whole video on, is the Works. Oh gosh, I can't remember the model number now. But it's a vacuum mulcher blower combo. So I've been happy with it so far. But my main blower is actually right over here. Yeah, I have the Ryobi 18 volt blower, and this is what I do probably, you know, I don't want to say 100%, but the majority of the blowing around my property with. At my previous home, I had just over 10,000 square feet. So I don't know exactly what that is in acres. But
it's like a little less than a quarter.
A little less than a quarter. So this would get through that, no problem. So I have the larger 18 volt. This is a 4 milliamp battery, and then this is the smaller ones. This would maybe get me through my old house twice. This, I could do it like 4 to 6 times, easy. At our current home, because now I have over an acre of land, I did quite a big jump. One of these, I could probably use 70 to 80% of this will get me through one time around the property.
Okay.
So just for simple general use, it's great. For leaf season,
Yeah, well, and that's the thing with
Yeah.
like battery powered blowers, even the battery powered backpack blowers, they are not ready for leaf season. And it's probably going to be a couple of years before, well, at least a couple of years before they are. Just because, I mean, just, yeah, it's just a matter of capacity. Because inside these batteries, I don't know if you've seen what a rechargeable lithium battery looks like, but it just looks like a bunch of double A's,
little batteries.
like stacked together. And so you're kind of limited by how many of those little battery cells you can stick in there. So these really aren't meant for doing leaves unless you have a very small property. Like I said, with the turbo, or I don't know if I said it in this video or not, but with the turbo down, you're looking at like maximum of 11 minutes of runtime with this 2.5 amp hour battery. So, you know, if you have like an hour's worth of blowing that you would need to do, you're looking at needing right around 15 amp hours worth of batteries, which these batteries are not cheap. So it's not really for that. But what I think would be interesting, Zach, would be to, 'cause I didn't realize you had this blower.
Yeah.
But what might be interesting is to compare the performance differences between the Ryobi 18 volt and the Echo 56 volt. It's not going to be a fair comparison at all. If this Echo doesn't do anything besides actually absolutely demolish this in terms of performance, I'm going to be very upset. But it'd still be interesting to see the difference since a lot of battery owned
To be honest
blowers.
with you, I've had this for so long, I don't even remember what the specs are on it. So
Actually.
we could look it up, but
I could look at it. With this one, we're looking at 150 miles per hour. With this one, we're looking at 100. And with this, it's 450 CFM, and this has got a max CFM of 280.
yeah.
So
Huge difference.
if you can't tell a difference, that would be very upsetting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think the newtons are listed on here, which is technically a better way of tracking that, but who cares for the purposes of this?
Get into the weeds, man.
Yep. So you want to try it out?
Sure. Yeah, let's go.
Not really making a mess. Thought that would make more of a mess.
So you say you just
You just pull the trigger, and if you want boost, hit boost.
turbo the top one?
Yeah.
What's the side thing?
If you want to lock it on.
Oh, okay. You know, it's funny, it's like it pushes you back a little bit, which is
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, yeah,
That's pretty good.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
Okay.
so. What'd you think?
Hold on, let me think about this for a second.
I really don't care if you say something bad.
No. I'm trying to think of how to say it. I was gonna say I'm actually impressed, but again, for me, it goes back to the whole battery thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my situation is a bad one to compare
Yeah.
to what you normally deal with in maybe the average homeowner that watches this.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess what I was gonna say is I was impressed, like literally as I was pulling at least the turbo, this one, it literally felt like it was pushing me backwards, which to me tells me that's a lot of power. So I think for the average homeowner, this thing is, you said it was $200?
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, for to not have to deal with cables or gas, whatever, I definitely think this is totally worth it. And it's nice you get the battery with it too, because a lot of them don't even come with the battery.
Yeah. Well,
So
yeah. Well, and with Echo, just a little tip: if you buy any, I mean, this is almost any tool brand, but never buy the bare tool with Echo. Like the bare tool for this, just the blower is, I believe, 130.
okay,
But then the 2.5 amp hour battery is 140.
wow,
And the
deal.
charger is another 70. So if you were to buy all the pieces separate, you're looking at over $300. But if you buy it together, it's 200. So, yeah.
no, that's a good deal. Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot more powerful than mine. And then again, the convenience of the battery. If I didn't own this, I would definitely be interested in looking at this one. I was honestly thoroughly impressed how much power you actually get out of just battery and not even gas.
Yeah.
And like I said, I thought it was, I mean, I've used several leaf blowers at this point, and I don't think even my big one, I don't think it really pushes you back as you're doing it. So I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, I will say there's a little bit of, when it comes to what you're saying, there's a
Yes.
little bit of funny business going on with there because of the design of it.
Okay.
Because of how long it is and the way the weight's balanced, it will kind of push back. Like, I don't know that this would do that. And it actually brings me to the one thing that, in my opinion, Ryobi has better than Echo. And that is, I hate this handle.
Yeah.
Why do I need to be able to grab it from back here? I can't think
Gotcha.
of a single reason. And like, so it can be a little uncomfortable,
Yeah.
like getting a hand grip. Where with this,
Kind of in place.
it doesn't matter where you grab it,
Yeah.
you're in a good spot. But like with Ryobi, like I almost imagine like, or is this for like kids if they're like playing army outside and they can, kind of go like that and, or so, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I don't like about the Ryobi, or the Echo blowers. Just I just don't understand the need to be able to grab it from back here.
But price wise, and I've done a lot of research for myself and for my house, I would say that this is a very reasonable price compared to a lot of others.
Yep.
That the higher end, I'm almost positive, the higher end 40 volt Ryobi blowers are more than this. So this is a pretty good deal.
And and you can speak to longevity too, because like I said, I use this commercially. I've only owned it for a month and a half, but I've used it on 450 properties minimum. And so for the average homeowner, like we live in Maryland, if you're cutting your lawn weekly, then at most you're going to use it 30 times. So I mean, by that theory, this will last you at least 10 years. And even then, when these break down, the great thing about them, and we're not going to break it open, but the great thing is parts can be replaced, and these are infinitely easier to repair than the gas equivalent. Two-stroke engines basically, well, even four-stroke, they have to work perfectly in order to run.
Gotcha.
Like when you really see how an engine works, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing that they ran at all. It's amazing that these been around for over 100 years because of the level of perfection that's required. And if something goes wrong, you can go into a parts list. I'll put it this way. If you go into a parts list for a gas-powered two-stroke engine, the parts list is hundreds of parts long. The parts list for this is like 30 or 40.
Yeah.
It's hardly anything. I mean, it's literally like if you got any experience with taking a computer apart, like you can swap out hard drives or graphics cards. It's very simple.
Yeah.
This is a very similar concept where you can replace, there's a circuit board, there's a fan motor. It's very simple. So these are, honestly, I'm really curious to see how long this lasts because I think they're going to last for a long time.
It's amazing that in that short amount of time you've done that many yards already. So, yeah, very cool. Well, thank you for bringing it over and giving me the opportunity to check it out.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
It's Randy with Doing Cut and Trim. I hope this video was helpful to you. Have a good one.